Tennessee. Then at 4, it's number 6 Kansas as they host number 21 Texas from Allen Fieldhouse. Finally at 6, it's Coach K's final game at Cameron, with number 4 Duke hosting North Carolina. That'll be huge. Here are the NCAA rankings. This is how they will set the teams for postseason coming into tonight's competition. As we mentioned, Michigan the leader, Oklahoma, Florida, Utah, LSU, Auburn, Alabama, Cal, Minnesota, and Kentucky, the top 10 teams in the country. And a lot happened tonight in women's collegiate gymnastics. Take a look at this. Tonight, Auburn and Florida tied with a 198.575. That's the 4th highest score in NCAA history. And that means Florida claims the regular season SEC title. And Auburn gets a scoring record. Kentucky against LSU. Kentucky scores a program high on bars of 49.5. And Alabama scores the 2nd highest team score in program history, a 198.075 to defeat the Razorbacks. A lot of great gymnastics going on this weekend, and it continues. March 19th, we'll have the Big 12 and the SEC championships. And we're going to be covering the regional competitions as well, which are in 4 locations around the country. One of them being right here in Norman as a recent change. And then the NCAA championship semifinals on the 14th of April, and the 16th is the championship from Fort Worth, and we'll have that on ABC television. So we have a great one. The top 2 teams in the country separated just by 0.3 of a point. The Sooners go to floor, and Michigan will be on the beam in the final rotation. In the Lloyd Noble Center, I'm Bart Connor, along with Kathy Johnson-Clark and Sam Peshek. What a competition we have tonight. These 2 teams, the best 2 teams in the country, separated by just 0.3 of a point going into the 4th and final rotation. The Sooners will be on the floor, Michigan on the beam. Here is the meet summary. They were tied after the 1st rotation. Jordan Bowers got her first perfect 10 on vault. Oklahoma extended their lead after an incredible score, tying the NCAA team record on bars of a 49.825. And after the 3rd rotation, Oklahoma still holds on to the lead, but Michigan tied their season high of a 49.6 on floor to close the gap just a little bit. So these 2 teams separated just by 0.3. 6 gymnasts on each team to go. The top 5 scores will count towards their team total. The 2 best teams in the country now. Last year, of course, at the NCAA championship, after the Sooners finished on floor, Michigan had to deliver on beam, and Abbey High School closed it out with an outstanding performance, and Michigan won their first NCAA title.
And Bart, I'm sitting here thinking you could not buy this kind of important experience going into postseason, to have this heightened nerves, pressure, excitement, because I know both these teams, they're embracing that. They're not afraid of it. They want this kind of pressure.
I asked KJ Kindler before the meet the other day, I said, what do you think about 1 versus 2? She goes, I love the drama. Win or lose, she said, this is what college gymnastics is all about.
And it's a reminder to me, pressure is a privilege. And to see these 2 just really embracing it fully and making the most of everything.
Naomi Morrison in the all-around today, one of 4 all-arounders for Michigan. Her high score so far was a 9.925 on floor.
They're ranked 6th in the country on this event at handspring layout step out. And in competitions this close, and as we get closer to postseason, every little thing matters. If a leg is not perfectly straight, or the toes are not quite perfectly pointed, those are little flaws that the judges can deduct for. So far she looks relaxed. Round up 1.5 twist, landed a little stiff-legged.
Wow.
Could not quite get the landing.
Those stiff-legged landings are scary. $7,500 people coming to their feet to cheer on a local favorite, Belle Johnson. The sophomore from Norman, Oklahoma, is having a terrific year. Season high 9.925, and she's 8 for 8 on her floor routines for the Sooners.
And Bart, she is a natural performer on this event. Loves to perform. Opens with a front layout to Rudy. Perfectly stuck landing. Double back, another good landing.
Kathy, I've seen that performance quality from her. She went to Bart Conner Gymnastics Academy since she was about 6 years old. So it's pretty exciting to see her competing here at home for the Sooners.
So you're saying you taught her how to do
No,
this?
her coach, Christian Ivanov, taught her a lot of this stuff. But some of this you can't quite teach. You just have to have it, don't you?
She's a great feel for the music and for performing. And with a crowd like this, who would not love it? Open with her combination pass, front layout to a Rudy. Really showed off good control.
Gabby Wilson will be up on beam now. Naomi Morris in a 9.825 in that leadoff spot.
One thing I love about Michigan is how they push the envelope in terms of difficulty. We're going to see 2 double back dismounts off balance beam. Very rare in college gymnastics.
Sometimes those risks are not actually rewarded according to the collegiate rules. So kudos to them for having the guts to do it.
I love how she does that back handspring layout step out. Really gets a lot of pop off the beam. Keeps the legs together a little longer than most people, and then steps out. Watch the amplitude on her jumps. A switch split, switch split. Again, the judges sit right on the side, so they're looking closely to see if those gymnasts hit that 180-degree split. That's actually a special requirement on the balance beam, and it's a 0.2 of a point deduction if you do not show at least one full split jump. Here it is, the double back. Look at that. That is when the risk definitely pays off. Huge reward for showing that kind of difficulty. The most exciting part of the routine, for sure. And she does it so easily.
Put on a Sam Peshek.
And let's not forget that it's senior night. I had a chance to speak to Carly's mom, Marnie, and she said that this night means so much to her and her family. And she started getting emotional. She said that Carly wasn't a superstar coming into college, but it's her hard work that's made her the gymnast she is today. She couldn't be more proud.
Added floor exercise in her senior year.
And I say it every time, I love the blues and the feel of this routine. Opens with a punch, double twist.
Belle Johnson scored before her, a leadoff 9-9.
Interesting combination pass here. It's a whip half to a front full. Showing off nice split position in those leaps. love that Piguet to the arabesque with the leg up and back attitude. That is gorgeous, and the crowd loves the blues too.
Oh my, she already had a 9.9 on 5 on beam. On senior night, the graduate student who took an extra year. What a way, culminating that incredible career.
This is a punch front with a double twist. It's an E element pass. And the last pass, a front full to a front layout. Gorgeous dance position right there to finish off a really fun routine.
Rana Gugino up for Michigan now. Gabby Wilson had a 9.9. That's a season high for her. Michigan doing their best to keep this close. Remember, the Sooners led by 3/10 coming into this fourth and final rotation.
I love the way Rana actually tumbles on the beam. She has, I'm convinced, springs in her legs for this back handspring layout set. Just, darn. When she hits that, it's special because it's just so high, and it's really something the judges should take into effect, you know, because not everybody goes that high. And you could actually take deductions from other gymnasts who are not sufficiently high for no deduction.
Ben Blocky told us the other day sometimes she has pogo stick legs. She's so springy. Sometimes it's hard to control all that power.
Same thing on the dismount. Nice pop up in the air. Just that step back. Oh, it's a missed opportunity there, and I'm disappointed for her because I would have loved for everyone to see her do that exceptionally well. She was just off. You could see the arms kind of flailing in the air, so she was leaning to the right, out with the back handspring.
Monica Caneva giving her some notes there on the event that she's a superb coach at. Renee Fletcher coming after Carly Woodard tied her career high 9.925 for that floor routine.
And this can be a great routine. She hasn't been in the lineup much. Really cool tumbling passes. This first one's a whip. Right here to a double back.
Nice. Love that.
Front way to front fall. Some of the best music of the meet. Love it.
KJ Kindler spends a lot of time listening to music tracks and collaborates with the gymnast on what is the best fit for them.
And she could finish this routine with an exclamation point, a 2.5 twist here at the end. Hard to control the landing with not too big a step forward.
Nice.
And she does it. This smile says it all. Oh, yeah.
They're on their feet here in the Lloyd Noble Center. She had a 9.95 on vault in the first rotation.
There's that whip back into the double back. Just some passes we don't always see, and a 2.5 twist at the end.
Yeah, that's
just a
risky.
little crossover step there. Very minor deduction.
Some notes from Tom Haley and KJ Kindler there. He is really coming on here. Had a great meet last week against Florida. Rana Gugino score a 9.2 after that fall. So Sierra Brooks up now. You see the kind of day she's having as one of 4 all-arounders for Michigan.
And this routine has top-notch difficulty. Does a triple series right here. 2 layout step outs after the back handspring. Just a little lean to the left there and dropped her arm. Slight balance correction. Switch leap. Difficult combination of leaps. Front toss, another just slight balance correction. As I said, this is the kind of experience you really want before you go into postseason. It's a high pressure situation. She's handling it. Check this out, double back dismount, the second of their team. Great job handling immense pressure.
Go to Sam.
Yeah, that was a really important beam routine for Sierra Brooks and really all of Michigan. And I was standing in the Michigan corral, and after Raina's mistake, her fall, the whole team, the environment was still very calm, very uplifting. No one freaked out, and I think that's why they do so well after a mistake. They're back on track.
Great point, Sam. I mean, as I said, these are the kind of situations you want to experience. That's how you grow.
Danae Fletcher rewarded with a 9.975. That brings up Danny Sievers.
Front through to double back.
Right now, all scores for the Sooners 9-9 and above on floor. They had a lead of 3/10 coming into this rotation. A chance to extend it even more.
Slightly under-rotated, that's why she stepped forward. Covered it well, but it'll be a slight deduction. Gorgeous position on those straddle leaps and jumps. Really showed the 180. Routine, and I love the details in there.
Only one other time in the floor lineup for the Sooners. She delivers. What a lineup we have for you tomorrow. The Blackhawks square off against the Flyers at 3 Eastern on ABC. Plus North Carolina and Duke are on ESPN. Then in primetime, Steph, Clay, and the Warriors take on LeBron and the Lakers on ABC. Then the main card at UFC 272 from Las Vegas starts at 10 Eastern on ESPN Plus, pay-per-view. A little bit of everything for you in this lineup. Wow, what a big day. Score is in for Sierra Brooks. That's a 9.825. Remember, Michigan had a fall. A 9.2 is factored into their score. Now, they can still get a respectable team score on beam if they have 2 more hits. Abby Heiskell and Natalie Wojcik will be their final 2 competitors. The Sooners comfortably in the lead right now. 15 scores of 9-9 or better out of 22 for Oklahoma. What a night they're having here on senior night.
These last 2 routines are so critical, not just for this competition, but for moving on toward the national championships. Abby Heiskell, of course, handled immense pressure in the final routine at the national championships and clinched it for them. And like all of her events, she has really clean form. A little bit off on the leap sequence. That's why her back leg was lower than it normally is, and she had a little correction of balance at the end. Acro series is back handspring layout. Nice form. Beautiful straight legs. I love when the standing leg on beam is so straight and stretched up. Nice beam work here. Into the dismount, round off 1.5 twist and fought to hold on to that landing.
Well, the string of 9-9s continues for the Sooners. Danny Severs, a 9.925. And Jordan Bowers set to go. Her season high is a 9.95. 6 times she's competed in the all-around for the Sooners this year. Sam?
Yeah, Jordan is having a night. Sometimes with freshmen, they start to get tired mid-season, but she said it's getting more fun. She said she feels less pressure, and she's focusing on having more fun.
4 times the Big 12 Newcomer of the Week.
And this routine can be special. She's very slow and deliberate with this intense choreography. Opens with one of the highest pipe double backs in the country. Pass front, double fold to punch front. Really difficult middle pass. Talk about milking this choreography and the feel she has for the music.
Reminds you a little bit of Anastasia Webb, last year's
Absolutely.
NCAA all-around champion. She's here in attendance tonight.
She is the gymnast that Jordan Bowers has